Cam Newton with that 15-1 Panthers team. God, I had him on
Yeah.
my fantasy team that year too.
He became like a big meme because of like the next year they didn't do that good, and like I guess he was complaining. Well, he was making like comments and tweets about like all this and that, that and that. I can't
And
remember like
the
word for word,
and the funny
but I
little
guess he
font he
was
does.
complaining. Yeah.
One love.
I didn't watch him in college though. He's like one of the only people like I didn't really pay attention to in college.
He was lighting up the field at Auburn. I'm glad he transferred from Florida because he had the better opportunity there.
Okay, technical difficulties on my half real quick. I had to do something, but I'm back, and they were talking about Cam Newton. So I heard you guys talking about the 15-1 season a little bit. So yeah, I did enjoy that season too, even though he beat my Cardinals in the playoffs. Heartbreaking game to watch, but he destroyed us.
Who?
Hey man, hey come on, man. You ain't got to roast me like that. All right, but going into it, I want to know what you guys' honest opinion is on him signing with the Patriots, and if you guys think it benefits the Patriots as them winning the division wise.
I expected it. I expected him to go there. I didn't really see him going anywhere else. The only other team he talked to was the Browns, and even then they didn't give him a deal. It wasn't like even close to anywhere. But I definitely think it's going to be better than starting Jarrett Stidham for the year or Brian Hoyer, whichever one they decided they wanted to play.
Yeah,
So I don't think they're going to win the division. My
I
bold
do.
prediction, I think it's going to be the Bills' year.
Same.
Mm-mm.
We'll
I
get to
got that
that.
locked
We'll
too.
get to that later. But
Yeah, I kind
Nah, I
of thought
feel
they
like
were
they're
gonna
gonna
go
have
there
a better
too.
season.
They're gonna have a better season. Like the Patriots are gonna have a better season than the Bills. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I think they're gonna win the division. Cause like, I don't know. To me, I just think like Cam Newton is like this is a. They're basically taking an opportunity on him, and then like he has something to prove. So I feel like he's gonna have a good season.
Yeah, but the opportunity to prove though isn't also like a good reason because he's got to stay healthy for one, and for two, I'm not really sure about them beating the Bills. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think this is the Bills' year. The only reason that I would edge over the Bills maybe is because the Patriots defense isn't a joke either. They're also very good as well. But I'm not sure about them beating Bills in the long run compared to the Bills defense. If I had to pick between those two
I'm not
defenses
saying
and the
I'm
team
not
in
saying they're gonna blow
general,
him out, but like I feel like it's gonna be like a net between them two,
yeah,
like on who wins the division.
yeah,
I
I
don't
feel
see
that.
them being very far off from each other. I could see
Yeah, I
like a
don't.
either 10-6 or 9-7 between like either of them.
Yeah, like a 1 or 2 win difference.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be like I think it's gonna be closer, but I still agree with Dylan. I think the Bills take it.
Nah, gotta go with the Patriots. Even though
Well,
I'm not a big fan of them, but I gotta go with them.
that makes sense though. All right, so next we're gonna go ahead and since we're talking about QBs and this whole Cam situation, we're gonna go ahead and be ranking our QB, our personal QB ranking. Now, I don't believe any of us follow any type of PFF grade or anything like that. We just did it off the top of our heads, kind of, and our own personal
What's a
list. So
PFF?
PFF is like the way the players are graded, like stuff like that. But I don't think any of
Oh,
us did it like off that. So
I didn't
No.
know that was a thing.
this guy. I looked at it, but I didn't grade mine off of there at all. Like, I just did it the way I wanted to. There's some things I don't agree with, so I looked off of
I
it.
think that
But
would have been easier because I like looked up the teams I didn't know who was starting quarterback. Like I looked up the team.
yeah, that makes sense. But you're like a football fan, but you're not like a fanatic fan. Like you're not a guy that pays attention to like
I'm not
everybody.
like I pay attention to like specific people that I like and like teams that are just surprise me and stuff.
Lamar Jackson.
Yeah,
Big
we know
Sure,
that.
you know the goat
Woo woo.
trust.
All right, so since we're gonna go ahead and do that, we're gonna go ahead and actually, I'm gonna let you go first, just because I'm kind of curious to see yours. I'm pretty sure mine and Dylan's gonna be kind of similar, but like pretty
Hold
close.
on, let me
So
put my note.
I'm gonna let you, I'm gonna let you go first because I kind of want to see yours. So after whoever goes first, so he's going first. We're gonna give it a rating out of 1 to 5, and how we think of how good it is. So
Wait,
we
you
can go
want me
ahead
to
and
go
hear
down
us.
my whole list?
Well, yeah, from 32 to 1, just read off like pretty quickly, not like super quickly, but pretty quickly.
Okay. So for number 32, I have Dwayne Haskins. 31s. 31s. 31, I have Daniel Jones. For 30, I have Gardner Minshew. I don't know how to say his name. I hope I didn't mess it up. And then 29, I have Tyrod Taylor. 28, I have Mitchell Trubisky. 27, I have Teddy Bridgewater. 26, I have Ryan Fitzpatrick. 25, I have Drew Luck. 24, I have the guy you guys hate, Derek Carr.
Oh.
For 23, I have Sam Darnold.
Okay.
He's just out there. For 22, I have Joe Burrow.
Ooh,
For
okay.
21,
That's a
I have Carson Wentz. For 20, I have Matthew Stafford. For 19, I have Phillip Rivers. For 18, I have Matt Ryan. For 17, I have Cam Newton.
Okay.
For 16, I have Josh Allen. For 15, I have Kirk Cousins. For 14, I have Baker Mayfield.
Oh yeah, that's a boy.
Okay.
For 13, I have Ben Roethlisberger. For 12, I had Jared Goff. For 11, I have Jimmy Garoppolo. I don't know how to fucking say his last name. Never could.
Jimmy G.
Jimmy G. Just,
Jimmy
yeah.
G.
Stick with Jimmy G.
Yeah.
10, Ryan Tannehill.
Ooh, that's pretty
For
high.
9, one of the GOATs in the league, Dak Prescott. Number 8, I have Deshaun Watson. Number 7, I have Aaron Rodgers. For number 5, I have Tom Brady.
What about number 6?
Oh, never mind. Number 6, I have Tom Brady.
Okay.
Okay.
For number 5, for number 3, I have Lamar Jackson. For number 2, I have Russell Wilson. And then for number 1, I have Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
I respect that list.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's actually pretty good. I'm gonna go.
I told you, Dylan. I
Apart-
try to make it like non-biased as much as
Listen, apart
That's
from
just
the
like-
Carson Wentz slander that I heard putting him down that low, I'll
Pretty
take
good.
it.
Yeah, I'll just say it's pretty good. I'll go 3 out of 5 if I'm being like completely honest.
Yeah. I'll give it a
I
3.
don't know. Carson Wentz, like
There's a few that I'd like change around a little bit, but that's the point of us having our own list, so we can do that. So
all right. You guys go now.
yeah, so
All
3
right,
out of 5.
All right, do you want to
3
go
out of
second,
5?
Dylan, or you
Alright,
want me to,
cool,
you want me to go
okay.
at it?
Ricardo go next. Ricardo go next.
All right, I'll hop into it. All right, so
Very
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go pretty fast on my 32 to top 15, and then I'll do top 15 a little bit slower. But at 32, I have Haskins. At 31, I have Trubisky. At 30, I do have Tua beating out Josh Rosen and Fitzpatrick, so I think he might be able to start. Maybe not week 1, but on this list for quarterbacks in the 2020, since he might be the starter most of the season, I'm gonna say him. 29, I have Sam Darnold. 28, I have Phillip Rivers, and I'm not going off the full career for him. I'm kind of going off what he did last season. So
God dang.
hey, he's a goat. He could be a goat in real life. I'm not gonna lie, he could be a goat going out the end of his career. But for now, on the situation that he played last year and the team that he's on now, honestly, I just don't think he's even much better than Brissett in the situation that they're in. So, and then for 27, I have Joe Burrow. He's a rookie on the Bengals, which is a tough situation, but we don't know. 26, Daniel Jones. I don't think he's horrible. I don't think he's too great. The situation he's in as well is kind of tough to decide. 25, Tyrod Taylor. Still got a pretty good defense, so I think that could better him. 24, Gardner Minshew. 23, Derek Carr. 22, Cam Newton. 21, I have Drew Lock. 20, I have Teddy Bridgewater. He's in a pretty new situation too, so I kind of have him in the middle of everything. 19, Josh Allen. 18, Jared Goff. At 17, I have Baker Mayfield. I know it's a little bit lower side, Dylan, but I just looked over last year, and then going into next year,
That is
good,
kind of
bro.
low.
it's a little low. But I was gonna put him. Actually, I'll flex it. He could be my 16 because I had 16 at Ryan Tannehill, so I'll put Ryan Tannehill at 17 real quick. Him at 16. Top 15 here. Unfortunately, some of the players on here I have to put up even though I don't like them. To me, Jimmy G isn't top 15, but going off last year, going in this year, had to put Jimmy G at 15.
That's the only reason I had him up on my list.
Yeah, that's really the only reason I have him up too. I don't think he's a big quarterback that can win in big games, but that's a different video. 14, I actually like this guy. A lot of people give him hate. Matt Ryan, I'm not putting him too high, even though I like him a little bit more than that. But I'm putting him right there. That's pretty even. For me, 13 is Kirk Cousins. 12, Matthew Stafford. 11, Big Ben. Now, my top 10, some of them are going to be a little out of order, or not out of order, but out of place for some people, but this is my top 10. Very high, and I'm a little bit biased. I have Kyler Murray going in the next season just because of the weapons he have around him and the team that I feel like we might be, but he's definitely on the marker of iffy on that top 10 spot. But 9, I have Carson Wentz. 8, I have Deshaun Watson. 7, I have Prescott. 6, I have Lamar. 5, I have Tom. 4, Aaron Rodgers. 3, Drew Brees. 2, Russell Wilson. And, of course, 1, Patrick Mahomes.
The disrespect. Have a homie at number 6.
Hey, man. I gotta give it to him. He did good last year, but QB-wise, QB's going into next year, I do think Lamar is going to have to step up. So the people I put above them, to me, they're proven for multiple seasons. That's kind of only the reason, like, that I put those players above them. Although I do give Lamar Jackson a little bit of hate. He's a great athlete, and he can run the ball. Now, if no one catches onto their system next year and he passes it better, then, you know, you could probably see him a little bit higher than Tom Brady, maybe at top 5. But to be honest, in the long run, I still don't see him being better than Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson, or Drew Brees.
I'm surprised you put Kyler Murray down there.
At 10?
Well, not like down there.
I gotta be non-biased as well. And there's people on here like Stafford and Big Ben that are consistent every year. But I just think from the rookie year that he had and the situation that he was in, like on a whole different topic.
I feel like he'll just straight up like improve from what he did last year.
Yeah, on a whole different topic, just real quick, why I put Kyler Murray so high. If you look at the Arizona Cardinals, we did only win 5 games, but 6 of those games that we lost by 1 possession is on the defensive side that he could have won, and the Lions game we tied, coming back down being 21 points. So a lot of the games that we lost aren't even his fault. So if we're basing off QBs, technically had a really good year.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like individually, he had a good year. I think he had a great year for a rookie.
He had a great year.
I was like, great year. I feel like he's just gonna improve from then. Like I feel like he might. I don't know. It might be a bit long run, but I feel like he could be Hall of Fame.
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully, I gotta hope that. I just hope. I'm not even saying that some things that people are there's word out there he's gonna win MVP and stuff like that. I'm not even hoping for that. I'm hoping to win 8 games, maybe 10, and make that last wild card seat for now and just improve from next year. And then before I get to Dylan, this guy, we'll get on that for another video too. But this guy, for honorable mentions, before I get it off to Dylan's list, my honorable mentions were Nick Foles, RG3, Winston, Flacco, Fitzpatrick, Rosen, Keenum, Brissett, Mariota, Stidham, and Andy Dalton, and all the rest of the rookies that I just didn't want to finish naming off because there's quite a bit. But those are my honorable mentions. They didn't make the list, but those are all players that still might see a starting job in the league somewhere or at some point. But yeah.
All right, I'm giving your list a 3.5 out of 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Kirk Cousins, I feel like should have been higher. Lamar Jackson should have been higher, but like I said, that's your list, not mine. So
I would say the only reason I put Matthew Stafford above him and Big Ben is because Big Ben is pretty good, and the Steelers to me have a good defense and a pretty good offense, not even without AB. And Matthew Stafford, I just feel like is underrated because the team is bad, but he makes some good plays that people don't think about. And the receivers are cool. Like they might have a top 5 duo that no one talks about.
How can you have Tannehill like so far down though?
Well, because Tannehill's like good. I'm not saying he's bad, but going into next year, like I guess we based off 2019, but like Tannehill did the same thing one season with the Dolphins where they were like on fire, and Juice was like arguably one of the best receivers in the league that year. And they were doing good, and then he came out next year and then got injured and didn't do good, and then the year after that he didn't do good again. So it's kind of like I'm not saying Tannehill's bad, but I'm not gonna bet everything on him and put him a top 15 off of one season.
Yeah, he's yet to like prove himself without like a strong. I mean, the Dolphins, it wasn't a strong like starting cast, but I mean,
yeah,
it still wasn't enough to get the job done.
Like I said, honestly, my 17, 16, and 15 are kind of all questionable. Like I might even be able to slide Baker Mayfield into a top 15 spot just because being in Jimmy G's division, he don't win in big games. Like you put pressure on him and you make him throw the ball, it's kind of like a Lamar situation. You kind of force him to throw. Is he really going to win those games when he's forced to throw? Like, I just put Jimmy G out there because of the season they had last year, and I can't put the Super Bowl champion all the way down at 32. Like, if you feel what I'm saying, not a Super Bowl champion, but Super Bowl contender.
I wanted to put Jimmy lower, but it's like, because like most of that was like they had a good ass defense.
Well,
So
yeah.
it was like, I really don't even know.
Before we consider, like, keep talking about all that, we gotta let Dylan read off his, and then we'll go back and talk about.
Oh, we gotta get Justice. We gotta get Justice.
That was the first one.
No, we gotta get your rating.
I did 3.5.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
okay. 3.5. Okay, so 2, 3.5. That's not bad. So both.
I would have given him a 4 if Kyle was up more. If he had Kyler Murray up more, I probably would have given it a 4.
Oh.
I'm at 10, so
you're not gonna like mine, man.
I thought that was kind of low. I mean, I thought that was kind of high already. 10, I thought was already kind of high. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna put him in top 5, even though I'm biased. I was like, there's no way he's top 5 yet. And as much as I hate to say it, to me, Dak Prescott is an amazing quarterback. I almost slid him into the 6th spot and put Lamar under him, but you got to give it off for what Lamar did last season. So that's
why Kyler had a good ass season last year, considering what team he was on and his stats. That's why I was like, man, gonna be big time.
That's true. But we're gonna go ahead and let Dylan read off his list real quick. So go ahead, Dylan.
All right, here we go. The only 5 out of 5 rated list here.
Okay.
Coming with that heat. Okay.
All right, so number 32, just like everyone else, Dwayne Haskins. Number 31, I got Mitch Trubisky.
30.
Number 30.
3.5 already.
Number 30, I got Tyrod Taylor. Now, I have reasoning behind this. So, with the Browns, he wasn't good.
He wasn't the best.
And he had a rookie behind him. And it's the same situation. Well, not the same, like, exact situation, but
they both didn't be good.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same look for Tyrod, that he's in there for a veteran role. He's not in there for the long haul, so I don't feel like he's going to do very good. So, number 29, I got Sam Darnold. Number 28, I have Drew Lock. 27, I have Daniel Jones. Number 26, I have Ryan Fitzpatrick. 25, I have Joe Burrow. 24, I got Gardner Minshew. 23, Derek Carr. 22, Jared Goff. 21, Phillip Rivers. 20, Teddy Bridgewater. 19, Josh Allen. Here's a surprise for you guys. 18, Baker Mayfield.
Oh.
So I have him lower than all you guys, and I'm the Browns fan.
That's crazy. That is crazy. I thought I felt bad doing that. 17 or 16, I felt bad, but all right, keep going.
I got him 18. And then 17.
Of last year?
What?
From last year?
You have him that low just because of last year?
That kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Just because of last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense.
Okay.
17, Cam Newton. Number 16, Matt Stafford. 15, Big Ben. 14, Jimmy G. 13, Matty Ice. 12, Kyler Murray.
That's still respectable. That's still respectable. Not bad though. I like that. I like that. I can see those quarterbacks being ahead of him.
I can tell Justin didn't like that one. 11, Carson Wentz. 10, Ryan Tannehill. 9, we got the GOAT, Tom Brady. Number 8, Kirk Cousins.
Did not just say that.
Number 7, Dak Prescott. Number 6, Drew Brees. And then top 5, we got number 5, Aaron Rodgers. Number 4, Deshaun Watson. Number 3, Lamar Jackson. Number 2, Russell Wilson. Number 1, Patrick Mahomes.
I like that. I gotta give it. I'm gonna give it a solid. I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5. I'm not gonna lie. I just
get a 4.5.
Yeah, actually, no. I'll go 4.5. Our bottom
no, I'm
half.
giving it a 4. I can't. I'm
going
sorry.
4.5. I'm actually gonna go. I'm actually gonna go 4.5 because the bottom half of our list is very similar. Like, there's some of the players you name we have in the same exact spot. Now, for everyone wondering, I'm pretty sure I think I might have put Cam Newton the lowest. Only reason I put Cam Newton the lowest is because of his injuries and coming back. We don't know if he's gonna stay healthy or not. But other than that, I do very much agree. Going in your top 10, I do kind of agree with it. Kirk Cousins is pretty high, and I'm one of the people that actually like Kirk Cousins. I remember when he first went to the Vikings. I know he got paid a lot of money, which I don't agree with, but I've always said Kirk Cousins isn't the worst quarterback. Yeah, of course he can't win on big games so far, but he does make the playoffs every year.
Against the Saints.
And for sure, I'm about to say, people say he can't win in big games, but he's able to take out the Saints every year. So maybe not in the regular season, he don't win on big games, but definitely on playoff Sunday against the Saints, he's coming hard.
Now I remember why I put Carson so low.
Carson Wentz, I put at 9. So I think all of our
It's
all
because
of our
I
top
hate
10s.
the Eagles.
Yeah, well, yeah, that makes sense. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I hate
I was
I
like
hate
the
the
only
Niners,
one I was
so-
biased with. I
So-
wouldn't even put him that low if I wasn't being that biased.
Yeah, I do like your list. A little better than mine. There's some I kind of regret putting so high that I did, and then some I didn't regret putting so high. But then again, your top 10 sounds a little more edged out and more well thought of. You know, I like my
Yeah,
top
it's like
10, but then the
number
bottom half of
4,
my
but-
list, I like kind of think about it. I'm thinking about it again, and my bottom half isn't so good. I like my top 10, but overall, I think your list, yeah, is the better list. Coming to think about it.
Yeah, my top
I
8 was
just
like easy money. Like I knew exactly what I wanted going into it. My top 8 never changed.
No, it's
No, my
it's well
top
thought
5
of.
were like.
Yeah,
I
my
had
top
my
my
top
top
five down.
my top 10 were locked. I already knew how to do my order for top 10.
I was like reading so many messages like on break at work, and I was like, top 5, got this, this, and this, and like one of my coaches, what are you doing? I was like, oh, I'm naming off people.
The only reason that I didn't put Deshaun Watson as high as you did on my top 10 list, so it's just because of the loss of D-Hop and the receivers that they have now. Kind of scared what he's going to produce without D-Hop. And the running game is still pretty weak. I mean, David Johnson hasn't been David Johnson since that breakoff season. So for him that
They got
struggle,
the 2 DJs on the team. That running back core.
for them to
Yes,
struggle,
sir.
for them to struggle with no receivers, like it's gonna be kind of hard. Like, shit, at this point, like let's be honest, like their receivers aren't super great. Well, I mean they have Brandon Cooks now, so I guess that's kind of different. I forget about that. I mean they
I
got
don't think Brandon
Cooks.
Cooks is that good though.
Don't I think he's a very like systematic player. He's not like he could fit anywhere as long
Yeah.
as the system fits him. It's kind of that's why he's been traded around a lot, to be honest. I mean, but besides Brandon Cooks, I'm not really wowed by any of the other receivers. Like Kenny Stills is okay, you know. Will Fuller, if he stays healthy, is okay. And then after that, like to be honest, the best other receiver on the team might be David Johnson. Like although he's not a great running back, he can still catch the ball really good for a running back.
Duke too.
Yeah, they're both really
Don't
good
sleep on
receiving
Duke
backs.
Johnson.
Like honestly, in the long run, like I'm glad we traded away David Johnson for DeAndre Hopkins. Like I can't ask for a better deal. Like we literally got the better half of the deal. But let's go back to that deal and let's say we didn't get DeAndre Hopkins. I think David Johnson maybe one of the. If I was a coach, I would maybe want to like put him out there as a receiver as much more like as I can because clearly wasn't running the ball better than Kenyon Drake. But he damn well had some pretty good catches that won his games in like, a lot of games last year. But yeah, I like your list. I said like at the bottom half we were pretty close. I think I put Drew Lock a little bit higher than everyone. But yeah, your list is like spot on perfect. I think at the bottom half and then like top 10, I felt like was really well thought out. It wasn't really like preference based. I was super surprised that Baker Mayfield was as low as he was on your list. I kind of
Yeah.
I had the money shot that he was gonna be 15. Like honestly, my number was gonna be like 15 or 14 for you. Like just because you're a Browns fan, going into next year, like you know, hopefully the coach is better, the receivers are great, the tight end's gonna be better, the running backs are a dominant duo. Might be the best, if not the best.
Duo in the league.
Yeah, if not the best. So yeah, I kind of had Baker Mayfield at 15 being my money shot for you. So yeah. So now we're going to go ahead and hop into a little bit of a twist we want to put on this. Besides our QB rankings, we're going to do a top 3 breakout players, and one of them will be a lock. So our lock player must be a player that we think is going to be completely good, the best possible out of all 3 of our guesses. So if you lock that player, then you know he's going to be good. So you might want to use your lock on an obvious player. If we're not, you know, do it on someone risky, but for sure you have that one lock and the 2 like prospective guests. So if you want to start off first on that, Dylan, since you went last on that, we could just do it backwards, and you can go, then I'll go in middle again, and then Justice will go last if you want to do that.
All right. Well, before let me change the subject for a second, and then we can go back to that.
Yeah, go ahead.
I have like a small list of players that may take over during the
I
year.
forgot about that.
I think personally, I think that the best ones that could take over is number 1, Tua. Number 2, Justin Herbert. Number 3, Nick Foles. And number 4, I'm kind of iffy about this because I don't think he'll replace him, but Mariota. And then what order I think they'll be replaced in, I think Trubisky will get taken out first for Nick Foles, and then Tyrod Taylor for Justin Herbert, Ryan Fitzpatrick for Tua, and then Mariota for Derek Carr.
I don't know. I agree with that.
All right, so
he put Mariota because he hates Carr.
I don't not.
No, I'm the one that hates Carr.
No, I put it because I like Mariota. That's why.
I like Mariota too.
Oh yeah, I like Mariota too.
I mean, me not liking Derek Carr doesn't help it, but that's why I put it last because I can't put my bias over like what I like really think. All right, so on to breakouts now. So my lock for breakout player, my NFL comeback player of the year, Baker Mayfield. Of course, being a Browns fan, you know you got to support your boys. So
I like that. I like that.
Comeback player of the year is
Baker
Mayfield. And then my number 2 for a breakout player, Josh Allen.
Okay.
The Bills are.
That makes sense.
Bills are looking like prime.
Bills are looking nice, but
AFC East. So you got that, and then number 3, Teddy Bridgewater. I've always been a fan of Teddy, so I had to put him there. I feel like he's going to come back strong from his injury. I mean, he's already come back strong from his injury. He was, 4-1, 5-1 with the Saints?
4-1.
I think 4-1.
Yeah.
4-1.
And there was a strong performances. And then my honorable mention for it, because I don't really consider it a breakout, because, it's like an obvious one, but I have Kyler Murray.
Okay. That's really respectable. I do like Baker Mayfield. I honestly, at the bottom of my heart, think he's going to be good. Like I said, a lot of it seemed like the connection wasn't there, and maybe the play calling by the coach last year. And I've always preached this. Like, there's been plays, some of the throws were on Baker Mayfield. I get that too. But a lot of the plays just looked like they weren't on the same page last year. And people that did, game reviews and people that do, sports talks and podcasts have all said the same thing. It just looks like you guys weren't clicking there. And, again, I'm a little bit biased for the LSU boys, but to me, that's the best receiving duo in the league. Hands down. Honestly, I'd always put them first. In all my rankings, I got them first. It's really hard to come by a player like Juice to do the things that Juice does, and including the blocking. Like watching Fitz over the years and being a Cardinals fan, it's an immense amount of respect I have for the way the Fitz blocks. Like he makes the running backs look better, and Juice is, of course, gonna make those great running backs look even greater. And the blocks that he puts on and the play he does in the slot is outstanding. And OBJ, again, honestly, him not being talked about being a top 5 receiver in the league is kind of beyond mind blowing to me. Now, there's a lot of talent out there, but OBJ has been consistent when he's healthy. So I got that. I just really think that's an impressive one for me. I do like that pick. You said your second one was
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen. Okay, Josh Allen again. That's another good pick. I mean, they got Stephon Diggs. John Brown, since he's left us, has been good on both teams he's played for. They have a running back. Singletary is not that bad. He's actually pretty good. So we'll see where they go. And then your third one was Teddy Bridgewater. I do like that because if they can win with the quarterback that they won with last year and having Christian McCaffrey play the way that he played, if they could just win off of Christian McCaffrey, there's no way in hell they can't win without him. They can definitely win with him. So I do like that. Kyler Murray, of course, me being a Cardinals fan, I like that pick. Our receivers are very dominant. And even the way, let's say Kyler isn't having a good year, how impactful is Kenyon Drake going to be next year? We don't know. Kenyon Drake might be the vocal point of the offense, even though we have DeAndre. That kid's pretty good, so I do agree with that.
People slept on Kenyon Drake so much. Yeah. I've always been a believer of Kenyon Drake. I always felt like he never got, a true shot in Miami. He was always, overlooked by Damian Williams when he was there and everybody else. So seeing that he's actually getting a shot, it makes me
it's gonna be something special.
And we were in air raid offense in the beginning of the season, and we were in shotgun forms. We were in these bunch forms. We had 10 players on the field. doing the receiver set college type offense. And once we got Kenyon Drake, we became the run rate offense because passing went real low, and Kenyon Drake became a really good running back, running the ball a lot.
It just shows how diverse like Coach Kingsbury and your offense is, though. Like it shows how if one isn't working, then you can flip the script like on a dime and come out at the next half and just dominate in the other.
Yeah, the stars really aligned with us getting Cliff Kingsbury and Kyler Murray. I mean, they've known each other since high school. He's been watching this kid since college. They worked out together. They've already talked. They've already been pretty similar. It's like Kyler Murray came to the NFL not having to learn a new playbook because this is his offense. Like, this is pretty much Oklahoma's offense. Like they said, it's literally his playbook. When you have a rookie out there that's already calling the plays, like Kyler Murray's taking play calling to a whole new level for rookies. Like, he's out there directing people around, putting them in the places they need to be, calling the plays, audibling at the line. He got really a big head start compared to other rookies. Like, this is his offense. Like, it's not really like the coach is calling the plays and he has to learn. Yeah, it's not like he has to learn the plays. Like, he knows his plays. He knows what he's doing. So
plus, he's just confident. Confidence, it's a big factor, bro.
And he's used to winning. Like, before this, he only had one loss. So before this, he was used to winning. All right, anyway, so I'm gonna hop into my list real quick, or my top 3 picks. I don't have an honorable mention. Actually, if I were to pick an honorable mention right now, because I didn't pick one earlier, my honorable mention probably would be Baker Mayfield, because I'm not gonna lie to you, Dylan. I didn't have Baker Mayfield on this. I didn't really think about it on my top 3 picks.
What?
But with my top 3 breakout players, I didn't look at them. So the ones I looked at, 2 of them are one of them kind of surprising. 2 of them make sense for me. He's not really my lock is going to be pretty simple. I honestly, Fabi's going to give me, our friend Fane's going to give me hate for this because he always calls me a fake fan of them, which I'm just respecting how good he is. I'm going to go with my lock as Russell Wilson, and I know he's already consistent, but my lock is going to be a little bit switched. I'm locking him to win MVP next year. He hasn't won one yet.
Okay.
He's been pretty consistent every year, and so close. Like, so close. It's just these players barely edge him out. Patrick Mahomes barely edged him out the season before this. Lamar Jackson had the rushing yards that edged him out. But this guy, going into the last 8 weeks of football, there is no quarterback better than Russell Wilson. I mean, this guy
Lamar.
puts on. Okay.
Not a chance.
This guy puts on a show. No matter who he has around him, like, you could literally give this guy anyone, and the Seahawks are making the playoffs. Like, it's just Russell Wilson does some things.
Yeah.
That's my guy. So my lock for him is to win MVP, not just because he's good, because everyone's gonna say, oh, like, yeah, that's an easy lock because he's good. But no, my lock is on him winning the MVP. If he doesn't win the MVP, my lock is incorrect. So yeah, I'm going to lock MVP.
I respect the hell out
So
of
that's
that.
I'm going with that. That's my lock for that. Okay, my second one, of course, I've already just covered this. I'm gonna use the same topics, Kyler Murray. Okay, now my third one is kind of wild, and I'm only doing this for the boy Zerk, and just because I like him as a player, I think Drew Lock is gonna have a pretty good season. I think the Broncos, besides their defense, like taking their defense out of the picture because it ain't that great right now. I think that Drew Lock and the receivers they have.
Sorry for laughing.
Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy. I think they could really get something going. Melvin Gordon, and Phillip Lindsay are 2 great running backs. They could be very dangerous. And he started off the season at the end of the season going 4-1. And their division, besides the Chiefs, really ain't all that to win. Like, I mean, they're not going to beat the Chiefs. But the Raiders ain't looking too much better. And the Chargers, who knows with their quarterback situation. And if their players can't stay healthy on defense, I can see the Broncos slipping in number 2, honestly, if I'm being a little biased.
That's another nice offense.
Yeah, it's another nice offense.
They have.
It's another nice offense, and yeah, we didn't get to see him play all season long, so it's not like we can give him the same, ratings or speculation that we're giving Kyler or Daniel Jones or any of the other rookies last year. So, yeah. And then my honorable mention now would be Baker Mayfield, thinking about it because I actually do like Baker Mayfield. And even before this podcast, I'm not just putting on there to help my boy Dylan. He knows we've had talks about this before. I do like Baker. I don't think it's going to be trashed. And we've already had these talks before this podcast, so that kind of makes sense for my honorable mention. But yeah, just as the figures. His lock's going to be Lamar Jackson, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, Lamar Jackson.
All right. So my lock is actually not Lamar Jackson.
Oh, my God.
My lock is Ryan Tannehill. I feel like Ryan is just going to blow up this season.
Matty Ice?
Yes, sir.
Ugh.
Okay.
Are you being serious? Because I just spit out my drink right now when you said it wasn't Lamar Jackson.
My honorable mention is Tua. I don't know because Dylan previously, I don't know if he said on the podcast, I don't remember, but we were talking before, and he did mention his injuries, which I forgot. And so if he does end up playing, I feel like he'll do good. And then for my other two, I have Baker Mayfield and Josh Allen. Because, yeah, Mayfield is just, he a different beast, bro. When he get going, you can't stop that man. So if he gets going early,
Bro, them Oklahoma boys, they're a breed different, man. They're a different breed.
that's what I'm saying.
Nah, the arm talent they have alone makes them dangerous. I do like the Tannehill one. I do like that. Excuse me. I do like that pick. That's kind of like different from us. So I kind of like that you went that route. Brings a little bit of diversity. And who knows? The Titans might be good next year too.
I don't know, man. I just feel like it's gonna pop off.
I mean, if they run the same system and it doesn't get caught onto, it could be like very dangerous. It was good this year at the end of the year, so we'll see.
Yeah, it really was.
I like the Matty Ice one.
Yes, sir.
I think with that offense,
That's
with
what I'm
Todd
saying.
Gurley added to it.
That's what
Hopefully
I'm saying.
his arthritis doesn't mess him up and take him off track again. But if he can stay healthy, that offense is going to look special. Especially with the best receiver in the league, right to his left. I mean, come on.
Oh, tough statement there.
Ooh.
That's another talk for another
I think it's
episode.
fat.
People are gonna
Alright, so
come on our
hold
comment
on.
section and be like, "Oh, have you heard of Michael Thomas?"
Yeah, I've heard
That's
of him.
another
The
video.
fucking-
That's another
dude,
video.
Yeah, another video. I'm not disagreeing with you. I
Another
think
video.
Julio's up there. I'm not saying Michael Thomas is my first either. I just know the amount of attention that's gonna bring if people disagree with you.
I'm cool with it.
Shit, I'm cool with it too. Let people drop hate comments. More views. What?
Wow, okay. Just say to me like that.
Hey man.
Alright, so what I want you guys to do is comment down who do you think's gonna have the best season as from a quarterback.
They should comment down their top 15, maybe top 10, maybe. Get them a little more interactive.
I say top 5. Just like
Alright.
top 5 and
Yeah,
then like,
top 5, because top 10,
top 5 and then
will
like
seem
their
low
lock
for
player.
All right, top 5 is in
Top
the
5
breakout
and their
player.
lock comment.
Okay, I like
Yeah.
that.
And then whoever gets the heart is the one we like the most.
Okay.
Ooh.
I do like that.
Competition.
Yeah, so whichever one goes with my list, then yeah.
Hey.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
be sure-
another thing.
be sure to
Let
rate
us
our
know
list.
whose list you like the most.
Yes, that too. Or what would you change on our lists? Hey.
Okay, so that's pretty good. So yeah, we covered the Cam Newton situation in the very beginning of the podcast. Then we did our QB rankings and then our MVP breakouts or things like that. So that's something that we all covered. Maybe now, if you guys want to give them a short little background, because I had many to do this too, and since we're on the football topic, if you guys want to give them a short little background of why you're the fans of your guys' teams, just so they can fill in some space and understand like why you guys are fans. Like me and Manny had an episode where we talked about each of our teams and the offseason podcast. So, and why we're fans of those teams, which I'll be sure to link the old podcast in the description below as well, so you guys can see the first 3 episodes. So, yeah.
Well, I'm a Browns fan because from Cleveland, and I like being depressed, I guess. 'Cause that's all we've been is depressing since we came back to the league, but they're my ride or dies, and I got to stick with them, even though as much as it pains me to say that, but they're my pain in the ass, damn it. They're my pain. So, yeah. I got to stick with the hometown team.
Alright,
Okay.
so I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but I'm a Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
You know, ride or die. But basically, it's just been. I grew up in Texas, and Cowboys was just everywhere. Whole family, except for like maybe 2 people. So it's just been there.
Okay. So, I'll give everyone a short summary if they don't want to go back and watch that episode. I'm currently a Cardinals fan. Been a Cardinals fan for a while now. I'm not like them where I just grew up from Arizona being a Cardinals fan. No. I've always watched the Cardinals. I will say that though. Like I watched football and things like that, and I'm a huge fan of Fitz and everything like that. But the reason that I became a Cardinals fan or a football fan is when I got into football, I watched college football first for about a year or two before I watched NFL football. My favorite player automatically became Patrick Peterson. I have been on with that guy since he was at LSU. I've just been a fan of him since the very beginning. The way he is, the way he represents himself, and he's to me a true lockdown corner. And you know, watching him, and then get drafted to the Cardinals, made me a fan of LSU first, and now he got drafted to the Cardinals, and I was like, all right, that's my guy. Whatever team he goes to, that's what I'm gonna try to be a fan of. Now everything just lined up perfectly because I'm from Arizona. He got drafted to Arizona. I'm not saying if he didn't get drafted to Arizona, maybe I would be a fan of another team. I really don't know how I would feel about it. But what I'll say now is that I was a fan of him. And then next, right after that, I am also a big fan of Tyrann Mathieu. Those are like my top two favorite players. Pretty tied. I'm a big fan of both of them. Same thing, got drafted to Arizona. And I've just been addicted to those two players. But what I will say now is, you know, we've lost Tyrann Mathieu. And shit, we might even lose Patrick. But now watching Arizona all these years, I've grown attached to the team itself. So maybe if Patrick did leave, I'd still be a Cardinals fan now. But the reason I am a Cardinals fan is because of those two players. Nothing really specific. Not really a big fan of the whole Super Bowl era, things like that. I can't say that's my Cardinals or my team. You know, I would defend when people talk, you know, stuff about it. Like I'll say, yeah, we went to Super Bowl, whatever, but that's not my actual team. I am a Cardinals fan for those two players, and that's pretty much it. And now I've just fell in love with the team and the organization and the way we are, and seeing Fitz, you know, and Kyler, and all the players that have been like throughout the time. I just like all of them. So yeah, that's why I'm a Cardinals fan.
Going back to what Justice was saying, like how his whole family was Cowboys fans, me and you can kind of like see it from a different perspective, Junior, because your mom is a Niners fan, your brother's a Niners fan, or a Seahawks fan, actually.
Fan, yeah, big Seahawks fan. Yeah.
And then my dad grew up a Lions fan because he's from Detroit, so he grew up a Lions fan. And my mom grew up.
I remember him telling me that.
He grew up my mom grew up a Cowboy and a Titans fan.
So there's a little bit of diversity there. That's cool.
Well, it wasn't really. It was like, because I grew up, I'm not from Texas, but I grew up in Texas. And mostly everybody, like, my dad's from Texas, so all of his family, like when we go to cookouts and all this stuff, football
Cowboys,
games every Sunday, all of them had Cowboys, except for my mom, my younger brother, and my dad. My dad's a Bears fan. My mom's a Saints fan. And then my younger brother is a Patriots fan. But yeah, my family was like
no taste in football teams, Cowboys and Patriots.
Yeah.
Whoa. Whoa, dude.
That was a weird one there too. There was some Bears in there too. I haven't heard anyone be a Bears fan in a while. I'm not even saying anything bad about the Bears. It's just you don't see a lot of those out here that much. It's kind of rare to see other teams that aren't really Dallas, aren't really the Niners, Cardinals. What other teams in Arizona?
Have you guys ever heard somebody
Patriots
say I'm a diehard Jets
fan? Rams.
Oh yeah, Rams are pretty high here too now. All the LA teams are pretty high, but mostly for just the LA part, not really how good they are.
Oakland even. Yeah. Or Las Vegas now, but
hey man, the Raiders will always be a cool team just because of their colors. That's what it's just so iconic in history just because of those colors, and then being a part of like the rap industry and things like that.
Yeah.
Yes, that's crazy. So this has been a pretty good podcast talking about football. So anyways, our podcast is going to be split up in between gaming and football. There's no specific order. We're not going to do one football, one gaming, one football, one gaming. It might just be whatever we plan about or talk about throughout the week.
Well, gaming and
whatever's
sports.
In the news.
Not really just football, but sports.
Well, yeah, sports. Yeah, sports all around. So we might end up doing podcasts for like basketball or football or whatever.
Not golf, not tennis.
Not all them sports. But I don't know much.
No disrespect, but
no disrespect. I don't know much about basketball, but they can go ahead and help me out. I don't know much about UFC. Dylan is our UFC enthusiast here. You know, he knows a lot about UFC, so he'll be helping us out through all that.
Young Dana White in the building.
Yeah, so it's cool that we have a diversity of other sports. You know, I'm a football head. I only watch football. I like a lot of football. So that's where I'm gonna be comfortable at. But I'm willing to go out other ways and like do basketball and UFC, even though I don't know jack anything about any of them. But it's cool to learn. It's cool to step out of my own comfort zone and learn things like that. And of course, the gaming side, we're all pretty similar in the games we like, but we also come from different backgrounds. You know, it's all mixed in. It's all different. So it's something cool for you guys to enjoy.
Kind of did all grow up differently.
Well, yeah, we all play different kinds of games,
Crazy.
like different kinds of teams. You know, it's super odd, like how all of us met. You know, for those of you that don't know, we're all close friends. I kind of explained this, and when me and Manny started the podcast, and then we did Jerk's episode, it's just all of us knew each other from a certain time, and we've all pretty much grown around each other growing up. Dylan is
We
a
all
little
met
bit.
online.
Yeah, Dylan is a little bit, well, for you. The rest of us met in person. I met you online, and Dylan. Dylan is a little bit
We
different.
met online.
Yeah.
Because I didn't meet you in person until after I met you online.
But you guys are at least in the same state, though.
Yeah, and I know your
Yeah,
brother as long as I know
that's
Gabe.
true.
I just didn't talk to your brother all the time. Like I didn't become friends with your brother until after a year or two of being friends with Gabe. So I've known your brother since middle school.
I've known my brother since middle school too.
Well, no shit. But yeah, Dylan is a little bit like different situation. He lives in a whole other
Dylan's a
state.
goat, bro.
But you know, for those of you that don't know, I have flown out there and visited him. He has flown down here and visited all of us. So that was pretty cool. And it's more than a gaming friendship or a friendship through the mic. We're actually real friends in real life. So it's kind of relatable. Like we actually have a friendship outside of the game. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, so that's what makes this podcast even better because we relate to each other on more than just through the podcast or through the game type of thing. We're actually real homies in real life. So that's really cool. So anyways, while we're getting to the end of this podcast, they already told you where they can reach you guys on the social medias. So other than that, you guys want to let them know anything about content coming out? You guys got any content dropping just so we can fill in this last space so we could talk a little bit about upcoming content? Maybe give them a little bit of a teaser for what to expect coming out more from the
For
podcast.
affiliate on Twitch.
Training for affiliate.
Definitely go check me out. Twitch.tv/involting 2Gs.
Hey.
Definitely check it out.
Let me say that again. Involting with 2 G's.
Yeah, not 1G, not
Yeah.
3G.
Do you have an idea of
Tuesday.
any games you're going to be streaming for them? Give them a little hint so they know what to expect.
Warface. Got Warface. I would say 2K, but I kind of like stopped playing it. But
Minecraft.
Minecraft.
We could stream on Minecraft
Warface, Warzone. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
That would be cool.
Other than
All
games
right.
are kind of stale.
What about you, Justice? Facts. Games are
For
slow.
me, for YouTube, editing thumbnails and videos for. I'm doing a whole God of War walkthrough.
Fire.
Because I've played the beginning, but then it came out like wanted to do like walkthrough, and I don't have a lot of storyline games, and God of War is one of them. So I'm going to be like this Friday. I'm coming out with the first part, and then I was thinking about doing like Wednesday and then another Friday.
Okay.
But I'm still thinking. But yeah, YouTube, ARZAH, go check it out. I got some videos of Call of Duty, Apex.
A little bit of
I
everything.
am gonna be playing Apex. I'm gonna be streaming Apex more often. Warface, Minecraft with the boys.
Bro, we need to get back into Apex low key.
some Warzone too.
Warzone.
But yeah, that's about it. I mean, it's not a lot, but it's kind of a lot.
Yeah. In the same sense, for me, for those of you that don't know, right now I'm for my YouTube, which is DRIFTXPORT. All the links are in the description below. Like I said, for my YouTube, I'm doing a Sly Cooper 3 walkthrough. Started like right now. I think today. Yeah, today I had 2 episodes to go up, so I'm gonna try to put out as many episodes as I can. I don't have a specific upload date from. Pretty much, I'm going off however many times I record and edit is when the videos are coming out. I'm also doing another CFM Madden walkthrough with Fantasy Draft this time, so it's a little bit different. And then for streaming, I usually only stream with these guys. I don't have a set streaming schedule by myself yet, But when I do stream, you'll see games like Warface Breakout. Might be playing Minecraft with them. And I might also start streaming some story mode games that aren't walkthroughs, just on there to play when I'm bored. Also, might try to stream my Switch so you guys can watch a little bit of Pokemon, but I'm not sure about that yet. How to test it out a little bit. Still testing with the recording. Yeah, still testing with the recording on it. Dylan knows about my little bamboozle situation that happened once when I tried recording already. So
I didn't even know you can record off a Switch.
Yeah.
That's fire.
Yeah, I've been using my Elgato more to record, so I was like, I have an Elgato, might as well put it to use. So
Okay, bet.
yeah, but other than that, guys, it has been this episode of the Overnight Podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys check out the link below to see all of our links to our personal channels. Make sure you check out both their Twitches. And make sure you stop by mine as well. And make sure you guys stay tuned for the next episode. The next episode will be coming out Monday, most likely. Or we'll try to get ahead of it and put out something before that for you guys. I'm not really sure. But for sure, this episode will be up Friday. And then the next one will be on Monday for you guys. So, peace.